On behalf of Mr. Imran Miller and myself, I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to another series of presentation as we equip ourselves with the requisite knowledge and skills to offer distance learning. Today, we want to talk about using YouTube as our virtual platform. And you may want to wonder, why is it that, we use YouTube and there are other platforms out there, so many other platforms. So we're going to be taking you through some of the benefits of using YouTube over the others. And as I would always love to say, there is no one platform that is adequate enough to provide the level of coverage that we would want. Mr. Miller and myself, we are two YouTubers, pretty young to YouTube, but we have had that interest long time ago. And I think this whole crisis would have pushed our steps much faster into establishing our YouTube channels that we could facilitate that whole teaching and learning process. Now, if you should YouTube us, you would realize that Mr. Imran Miller is a chemistry teacher, and his channel is Chem Cracker, and he provides, excellent videos.
I understand.
Again, I'm going to invite you to close your mics. Good afternoon. Close your mics. Only open them when you're about to speak, all right? So close your mics. Welcome, teachers. Use the chat platform. One of the presenters will always be there to answer your questions. So there's a chat there, and I'm going to ask that you raise your hand when you want to ask a question so that we have a really organized session. Thank you so much.
Now, YouTube provides live and delayed lessons. So sometimes not all your students will be present at the same time when you're having live classes. So YouTube provide that delayed session where you can always go back and watch the videos. So students who are probably late or they were not able to get to sign on because of internet access, they are able to go on at any time to access those videos that you would have uploaded. So it provides both live and delayed lessons. Now, it is also important as it provides a wider perception about your teaching. Now, as practitioners, we always want to get feedback from not only our students, but those persons who utilize our platform. And so looking at the comments, the likes, the subscription, you can get a feeling of how persons perceive your material that you put out there. And so I would encourage just about everybody, do not try to be shy to say, all right, I don't want to upload a video or something where a person might make some negative comments about. It provides an opportunity for reflection and introspection, and also to improve our practice. So it's open to so many persons that they will give you positive feedback, some will give you negative, some will, ask questions. And so the next video will definitely will be better in terms of, you know, quality coverage and so forth. So right there, we can see why YouTube, again, a wider perception about your teaching can be given. Now, the next thing we want to look at is that it is a bigger platform. So you're reaching out to way more students than your regular class size. It is not restricted to a group of students. You are basically appealing to thousands of students. And so you're now on a bigger stage performing, and you are able now to reach way more students. They will give you even feedback that your students, your original student, would not be able to give you because of probably their culture, because you have students in St. Vincent, you have students in Barbados, probably even outside of the Caribbean, viewing your material. So you're on a bigger platform when you're on YouTube. It lends itself also to your marketability because it promotes your work. So if it is really a good piece of work, then you will be marketed. Persons will be talking about you, students talking about this particular teacher, the resources and all of that. And so it provides that whole opportunity to market you as a teacher in your discipline. You can also look at marketability in the sense that your teacher portfolio. So looking at this whole crisis now, we are now more resilient, seeing that we are now able to provide online learning, seeing that our physical classroom doors are closed. We can incorporate things like this in our teacher portfolio, that we have a YouTube channel, Dub, and the name, and provide an overview of what your channel facilitates. And so we can also look at marketability in terms of branding. You develop a brand over time on YouTube based on the quality of work done. Now, the next element that I want to look at is that of user-friendly. And YouTube is very, very easy to use. It's not like platforms like Zoom, where probably you need to instruct parents and students how to use it. The moment a student have YouTube on their phone, it's just very easy to manipulate. You just go in, you type in the teacher name or the name of the channel, and it comes up similar to Google, and you're able to see all the videos, and the student or the parent can just click on that video that they're interested in, watch, provide feedback. Feedback could come in even in the case of questions. So right there, we can say YouTube is a very good option to use as you try to provide coverage to your students. Now, we can also look at it in light of documentary, because if you're adding videos over time, you're compiling your work over time, years upon years. And so you can basically see your work 20 years after. Even when you leave the teaching profession, your work will still be there, because YouTube facilitates that whole storage. We can look at potential earning. Yes, you can earn from YouTube. When we look at your subscription, if you have there about 1,000 subscription, or subscribers rather, 1,000 subscription or 1,000 subscribers, you can also look at your watch time, that it must be there about 4,000, and you have 2,000 viewers or viewership. then you are qualified to start earning on YouTube. Later on, we are going to be looking at monetization on YouTube. So to qualify, you need 1,000 viewers, you need 4,000 watch time, that in terms of minutes, and you need 1,000 subscribers. And from you achieve that, you are able to earn in US dollars. So it is also a potential avenue for earning, though we don't want you to look at it now to say that that's what I want to do to earn. No, not at this point, not at this point, but eventually, depending on how seriously you take this YouTube channel, then what will happen is that you are able to earn later on. Now, it is also a resource center for your students and for others. And so often we can fall into a situation where we are not able to go to a particular class. You can always ask your students to, okay, go to this channel video, you give them the title of the video, and you have some questions to accompany the video. So you can use it for substitution during your absence, or probably a colleague is absent and you want to provide some assistance. You can always go back to the YouTube channel to facilitate the whole teaching and learning process. So right there, we can see that YouTube is really an option to consider as we try to navigate the virtual platforms to facilitate teaching and learning. So I'm sure we have some persons on board now to say we're going to be using YouTube as a part of our online learning. Now, considering setting up a YouTube channel, we first have to look at resources available versus resources needed. And I can share with you that when I started just last month, I just have my phone and my computer. I really don't have any specialized material or resources to use. And so I was just in a little situation that I need to get in contact with my students to facilitate, the learning process. And so I decided to start my YouTube channel. And I was just able to use my phone. And for the time, I used just the common area thereabout in the kitchen. And then over time, I tried to, improve the space over time. So considering the crisis that we are in now, I am not going to say that, okay, these are the resources that you must have in order to start a channel. No, because the whole purpose right now is to get the materials across to our students in the best possible way, considering the resource available to us. Because I want to encourage anybody to put themselves in any dangerous situation, go and source materials now to set up for the best YouTube channel ever. No. So we're saying use the resources available to you. Later on, we can look at the resources needed and we can try to improve on the whole videos and the whole uploading and the quality of the videos and so forth. But for now, we want to just do some inventory. What is it that we have? And how can we best utilize these resources to start a channel so that my students and others can benefit? So I want you to think on that. You will do your own introspection to see what you have. What is it that you have at this time that can allow you to start a YouTube channel so that your students can always sign on or subscribe to, and they are, continuously fed with the information that you want to share with them. Now, as I said before, at this time, it is very, very difficult to produce videos of the highest or the best quality because of the crisis that we are in. and the resources available. So the best production may not necessarily be available now, but probably you have some resources, or you know some persons who you can access that help from, and you can probably, produce videos or some lessons of a higher quality than you expect. Now, considering setting up a YouTube channel, we want to look at whether you plan to do it just for now, the whole crisis that we are in a temporary context, or a permanent context. I would trust that everyone here would want to set up YouTube on a permanent, level, seeing that hereafter we all should seek to integrate online learning along with that face-to-face contact. And we really do not want to go back into a situation like this, where something happened, we have a crisis, and we have to rush now to see how best we can get our students back. If we had done this earlier, I'm very sure that the transition from the physical classroom to the virtual classroom was much easier. So I implore all teachers to step on board to have a YouTube channel that will have some permanent focus that you plan to always add to your channel, so that if we should fall back into a situation like this, then we are able to utilize our virtual space in the form of YouTube channel. All right. Now, in looking at it in a permanent context, we have to look at the investments, because we want to ensure that we are producing the best quality work as much as possible. And so we have to look at the resources that are needed, how much we are going to invest in this YouTube channel. We have to think about that. And I want you to think about a particular budget as we move through the resources or equipment that we will need later on in the presentation. I have to set some form of budget towards this channel. The level of establishment that you want to do, because how much videos you produce per week may lend itself to how well you are established online. And the seriousness, because the seriousness will all tie in with your investment and the quest for knowledge, because you always want to seek now, how is it that I can improve my channel? Yes, I'm watching other videos. How is it that I can improve my channel? What is it that I can do in terms of editing, in terms of promotion, and all of that to ensure that you are on top of things as it relates to marketing and your work on YouTube. Now, recording is a big aspect, and we want now to look at how do I record my videos. Now you have to look at different elements, because it is a visual form of presentation, and so you have to look at your dress code. So we really do not want you to have that too much of that formal look, that rigid, teacher look, because you're not in that classroom space. You want to look relaxed, somewhat casual, but at the same time, nothing to disclose, certain aspect of your upper body. So you want to dress, in a relaxed, casual, but, modest. The scenery in terms of the background, you want to try as much as possible to remove any form of distractions, things that, will pull their attention. So instead of persons watching your video, they're looking at something in the background or something moving or any form of distraction you really want to get rid of, objects you want to get rid of. And you want to narrow the focus in terms of scenery on the main event, whether is it your whiteboard, your screen, what's everything that you're using to bring about that center of instruction. That's where you want to make your scenery central or focus. In terms of intonation, you want to speak, with some form of voice modulation, because you don't want to be monotonous where persons saying, okay, it's boring, because sometimes you don't know your audience, whether it is a junior or a senior, and you want to maintain that modulation or dynamic in speaking so that they don't find you very boring. Well, sometimes personality is another element too. So that is a key component. Now, consistency is very key in everything that we do. We want to be consistent in terms of the quality presentation that we make. We want to be consistent in terms of our publications. So we don't want to upload something this week and for the next 3 months, there is nothing coming from you. You have to constantly feeding your subscribers or your audience with information, whether it be every week, every 2 weeks, 3 times of for the week you want to provide them with a content. You have to be consistent. So you must always be producing something to be added to your channel. Also, you have a surprised element to your video. So surprise may take the form of the creativity. How is it that you surprise the viewer? Or do you provide giveaways in terms of phone card? Maybe the first person that watched the video will get something. I guess that was just my throw in. But you can try to find creative ways to surprise your viewers. In terms of equipment, I'm going to be handing over now to Mr. Imran Miller as he take us into the next segment of the presentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brown. Just somebody please confirm that I'm being heard. Audio is good. It's showing so on my computer, so I'm going to assume so. Mr. Brown, are you hearing me?
We're hearing you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Good afternoon, folks. So as Mr. Brown said, the equipment is really, really critical. It's really, really critical if you're going to talk about your production. Now, as he said, the production might not be your biggest consideration right now, but the reality is that these kids are used to watching YouTube videos of high quality. And so we have to actually try to reach a minimum quality for them to be interested in watching it. They already have issues with watching stuff that actually have to do with their schoolwork. They'll watch other things on YouTube, but they already have problems with watching schoolwork. So they'll naturally have a tendency to be turned off a little bit. So we have to break down that barrier by at least matching a certain minimum quality of production. All right. So when it comes to the quality of production, there are 3 pieces of equipment, 3 sets of equipment that we have to look at very careful. And that has to do with video, audio, and lighting. All right, so it's an audio-visual interface, so we have to get the sound right, we have to get the look right. And to get the look right, you also have to consider the lighting. All right, so in terms of the video, how you record, what you use, the 2 most popular things are, the 2 things that people use virtually are the phone, the smartphone, and a digital camera or camcorder. Right? Most digital camera now can do a video. I mean, we just call them digital camera, but they are actually video recorders as well. All right? So let's talk about the phone. All right. So if you're using a phone, unfortunately, you have to have a certain quality phone. Okay, I'm just I have to tell you that out front. So if you want to have a certain quality video and audio, you have to start with a certain quality phone. So for my channel, I use my son's phone. I have a Huawei Honor 5X, and the video is okay, but it's not up to to the quality. All right. If I had the newer one, the 6, I think it would be much better. But my son has a Samsung J4, so that his video and audio is okay, but it's in terms of production is not really high end stuff. I'll show you some of the high-end stuff in a second. So the first thing we have to think about is the phone. That you have to start with a certain minimum quality, all right? And my general guide is that if you look on Amazon and you look at the prices, you will need a phone that probably starts at around 130 US up to get a certain minimum quality. Just giving you a price guide, all right? I see that people have raised their hands. I'm going to take your questions.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown, I'm going to allow some questions, right?
Yes,
I can.
Okay.
You unmute them and then.
So that's I'm going to take Renee Bennett.
Renee, go ahead. Renee, unmute yourself and go ahead. Ask a question.
Yeah, I can unmute her. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, actually, good afternoon, everybody. Actually, it's not a question I had. I was seeking permission to record.
Renee.
Yeah, you can go ahead and record. No problem.
Okay, so that is what I wanted to do.
Okay. Quickly, if you can get another one, Mr. Brown.
I can take another one.
Yeah, you can take another one quickly.
While you're doing that, bear in mind that we have to finish at 5 minutes to the next session starts at 3:30, so 3:25 we finish, or yeah, 3:20 to get the other, as close as possible to get the other sessions on. All right, so we manage our time accordingly. Thank you so much.
Okay, do you have them, Mr. Brown? If you don't have them, we'll just go and take the questions at the end.
Yes.
All right, I think I go. I think the person is taking a little bit of time to figure out that they're unmuted. So I'll go ahead, Mr. Brown. Right, so yes, so you have to have a certain minimum quality phone. Yeah. So okay. So okay. So if you look at the phones that we are familiar with, if you want to have a high quality phone, a high quality cinematic presentation, then you're looking at the high end of the latest, are the almost latest iPhones and Samsung phones. All right. Those have there are others as well that have very, very good phone quality. I just use those because we're familiar with them. All right. So the iPhone is very good, and it has a big advantage in that it also has inbuilt video editing, which you're gonna need, trust me, because to do the videos without editing, you're gonna have much lower quality, and it's gonna be much harder on you. So you really need to have video editing, and I'll talk about video editing a little while later. All right. So I recommend if you're going to do this seriously and you want to invest from right at the start, I think you need something like a Samsung Note or an iPhone. Now the iPhone, you're going to pay more for the iPhone. All right. iPhone is upwards of $1,000 US. All right. But there are others that you can get if it's renewed or something like that. So they have little faults and they sell them for much cheaper, but it's still going to be expensive. All right. I'm looking at this Samsung Galaxy here. It's a Note 10. That's very good. All right. Comes highly recommended in terms of its use as a YouTube recorder. And this one, it's renewed, which means that there was some tiny fault, or somebody sent it back because of some tiny fault with it. So you have to look at that carefully. When you're buying a renewed phone, you're taking a chance, eh? It's like you're buying a used car, you're taking a chance. You don't know if it's going to turn out okay, or you're going to pay a price. But yeah, you can see that this comes at a renewed price of $514. I think the new ones cost around $700 to $800 US. So right there, you're looking at $100,000 if you're talking about top end video quality, sound quality, and also video stabilization, which means that if it's bouncing, the phone will actually steady it. So there are some critical features there that those high-end phones offer that will make your production much easier. So if you're talking about permanent investment, those are the phones that you invest. Those are the ones that you would invest in if you're going to do it over a long period. On the lower end, you could go for something like this, which is like 100 and just over 100 US. So something like this, the Samsung Galaxy A20 series, you could try something like that. It's cheaper, but it can do the job now. You can reach your students, right? And I have to say that, remember that in the beginning right now, I don't worry too much about production, although you want to get a certain minimum level, you want to improve over time. The most important thing for us right now is to reach our students with quality content. That's what they're missing, all right? That's what they're missing. So remembering all of these things that we're talking about, right? Video and audio and editing and so on, and lighting. Remember, the most important thing for us is to get the content right. You're on an international stage. You don't want to look like a fool because everybody will be able to see it, okay? So get the content right, please. All right? So you can use a camcorder, as I said, and these range from $100 up to over $1,000, depending on the quality. And you get what you pay for. You know, that's how life is. But these can also do the job. But for us, I recommend the phone right now. Overall, the phone is cheaper on average, and it can do the job in the environment that you're in right now. You don't need any great technical skill. The phone, I recommend using the phone over the camcorder. But if you have a camcorder, fine. If you have a nice digital camera, just use it, because a good digital camera, or even an average digital camera, will give you better picture quality than the phones. All right. So if you have that, go ahead. The only thing is that when you use a camcorder, sometimes you have to think carefully about sound. You'll have to maybe set up. Some of them come with mics built in. Some of them the mic built in needs to be augmented, so you need a new mic, right? So you have to consider that as well. All right. Okay. All right, so let's talk about some of the sound nodes. In terms of the mics, you have various mics. You have wired mics and you have wireless mics. All right. So the wired mics tend to be more expensive, although they're cheap ones. Again, in this world, you know that you get what you pay for. So sometimes you buy a cheap mic, you pay a price, you don't get the quality. All right. So if you look here, you notice that there are people who sell the whole kit of the things that you need. So in the middle right here, it's showing you an example of a YouTuber's kit, where you have a small tripod stand. This is like a table tripod. So you would put that up on a table to get up to your level, right? And then you have this part here that holds the phone, all right? And it holds the light and the mic, all right? So you can get all of that for about $60. And you know, you add the other costs. So if you're starting out, this might be an affordable thing to do. You don't have to get the best equipment yet, and that's how most people start out. You start out with the cheap equipment. The thing that you try to spend on is the phone or the recorder, whatever you're recording with. So out of all of these things, you can go cheap tripod. After all, you can make a tripod at home. You can have a piece of board, you can tape on some of these things, you can adjust those things. The most important thing for you to spend on is the quality mic and the recording equipment. All right, so here's some more mics. All right, so this is a lavalier mic. This is wired mics. All right, and you have this one is wireless. It's very good. You can just clip it on you and then clip on the other part on the connected to the phone, and so that gives you very, very good sound quality. The thing about using a mic is that it cuts out the other environmental sounds. So somebody outside singing loud or something like that, the mic will, some of the mics will, depending on which one you buy, will blot out those sounds. And the only person that you're hearing is the presenter. And that's why it's so important to have a mic. All right, if you can. But as I said, for now, I mean, you don't have these things. You maybe, if you order them, no, you're not getting them until way down because of how international shipping has been slowed down, and so on and so forth. But it's okay if you just have the phone, because most of the phones, if it's near to you, it will get the audio. It will catch the audio very well. It's just that the environmental sounds might come in as well. All right. All right. The lighting. All right. You can also buy lighting equipment. The thing about lighting is that the best thing to do for lighting is to use natural light. That's just the reality. The moment you have to turn on a bulb, you have to get special equipment. So for example, you might, if you have a very bright bulb, you might have to put something over it to take off some of the glare. Say you're using, the glare will show on you, and it will, if you're using a whiteboard, for example, it will also show, okay? So you don't want the thing to be too dark, and you don't want too much unnatural light that creates shadows and all those things. So the best thing to do is to record when you have daylight, and you can have that natural light coming in.
Very good, very good.
Okay, now recording the video. There are many things that you have to consider, and it's one of those things that you just have to do it to understand, right? There are too many things to consider for me to go through that. That would take a whole presentation for me, but I'll just give you a few tips, and when you do it, you'll see what you need to adjust. All right, but these are some of the tips that I've learned so far, and that might help you. All right, so you want to check your equipment beforehand. All right, so make sure that everything works. Okay, think about how you're going to record. Is it going to record on a tripod? Do you have somebody there helping you? For me, my son is my cameraman. All right, so it's very difficult on him because he has to try and hold the phone steady. Not an easy thing to do. All right, all through a 5-minute video or so. But what I recommend is that once you've got your equipment set up, do a short video. So you just do an introduction to a short video that you can look back at right away to see how the sound is going, how the lighting looks, how the picture looks, right? Because you'll start to see certain flaws, all right? I said, don't sweat, don't sweat, don't sweat, all right? Make sure your materials and props are ready. Listen, sometimes it takes an hour to get your materials and props, and you do your 5 minutes video, right? It is a lot of work. And one thing I learned was that once I started figuring out that I could edit, or I could pause the video, I started doing my video in kind of scenes, like acting scenes. Like you'll do act 1, so you'll do the introduction, so you do 2-minute bursts, and then you pause the video, and then you start again, you pause the video each time, and then so at the end, after 5 minutes, you might actually do 5 scenes of 1 minute. Right, and what that does, it saves you from making errors, because the longer you go on continuously, the more chance of you making an error or something that you need, doing something that you need to edit out. All right. Okay. All right. So and I recommend introducing your channel as your first video. So the first video that you put up, you introduce your channel. You say who are you, what are you going to be posting, what materials you're going to be covering, and encourage people to watch your channel. All right, so what I'm going to be doing with you now is that I did this video yesterday, okay? And I want you to, it's only 3 minutes. I want you to look at it. I want you to, I'm going to play it just for a second. I want you to look at it, and then I want you to tell me some of the problems some of the problems with the video, how you could improve it. Don't be afraid of telling me the problems, because I did it so that you could, so we could examine it today. Okay, you don't have to be shy about that. All right.
So I'll invite the teachers to just type in the text. So respond in the text,
Right.
critique it, and respond in the text to Mr. Miller.
All right. Are you hearing? Just checking to make sure that everybody's hearing.
Yes, they're here.
Okay.
The video, we're not hearing the video. It is
Okay,
it is
that's what I wanted to hear. All right. Okay.
To Ted Cracker. Today we're looking at arithmetic sequences.
You're hearing now, right?
Now, arithmetic sequences fall in two broad groups.
Yes.
Sequences that are increasing and sequences that are decreasing. So, let's look at the different types of arithmetic sequences for young children. Now, let's look at some different types of sequences. So you have...
So far, Mr. Brown, what are they saying in the chat? Can people see any problems so far?
They talk about the your dressing.
Okay.
One noise.
What else?
Background noisy.
Yes. Very good.
Light being reflected on the whiteboard.
Yes, very good.
Directly in the mic, Mr. Brown. You're going in and out.
You are blocking the whiteboard.
Okay.
Not hearing you.
Not hearing me.
Terrible audio.
Terrible audio. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Lighting is weak.
Okay.
Noisy. That's lighting. The glare.
Mm-hmm.
Said you are sweating.
Very good. Very good. I was wondering if nobody saw that.
Yes. Yes, I think.
Okay.
Like,
excellent.
So I'm having like repeating. Yes, so those.
Okay, good.
Oh, presenter not being captivating.
Oh, present. Okay, because I was down. I was like, very good.
Boring.
Excellent. Yes.
Your tone.
Yes.
Audio poor. All right, sweating again.
Yes.
Too shy. You look very shy.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So you see the problems there. Okay. All right. So we'll move on. Thank you very much for your reactions, ladies and gentlemen. So you see some of the problems that can crop up. And if you look back at some of my earlier videos, you'll see some of those problems, right? But the good thing about YouTube is that you can go back and edit those videos. You can take them down. You can put back up new ones, the edited versions, and so on. Okay. All right. So that brings me right into video editing. All right. So here's the thing about, you have to think about video editing. To be honest with you, this becomes very, very difficult. So the first video I did was the intro, and I was okay, and I looked at it and I saw many problems afterwards. Okay, but it was okay. It was just about a minute. But then when I started to try and do videos like 5 minutes, it was just difficult to go 5 minutes without having some sort of gaffe or error or something that you don't like that you want to change. That I realized that I needed to do video editing. So I started to look up free video editing software. Right, and I looked up a number of software. Oh, okay. All right. Forgive me here. Just checking to make sure, because I saw some lines coming across. Yes. So right. So I looked up a number of free video editing software. online, and there are numbers here. So I tried this one, Filmora, right? I tried to download Windows Movie Maker. When you go on, everybody recommend Windows Movie Maker. I just couldn't get it to download and work. So in frustration, I gave up. I'm no IT person, but I try to see what I can learn. All right, so I gave up. So I saw the Filmora. So I did my first video on the free Filmora. But when I downloaded the video from the software, it had a huge watermark across it, covering a big section of the screen of the video. And I realized that free doesn't mean free, right? So if you get a free version, chances are they're going to want to advertise on your video. All right, and that will render your video almost useless sometimes because of the size of the watermark that they put on the videos. All right, so I ended up buying a Filmora subscription, which was $39.99 US, $40 US. So that's like $5,000 right away. Okay, so that's how I did it. But you really have to do. You really have to. It's really important that you actually do video editing. All right. So in the video editing, as I said, you can get rid of your mistakes, your time gaps, and your bloopers. You can makes the recording process much easier, knowing that you can just leave a gap. So what I do, for example, I leave a gap in sound when I want to end my act 1 and act 2, so that when I'm editing, I just know that the gap in sound I need to get rid of, and so on. So it's easy to edit. All right. You can also add information. So for example, you do your video and then you left out something and say, oh, I wish I could have said something like that. You can add it as a title, flashing across the screen or remaining on the screen while you speak. You can add info like that and stuff like that. So you can go on. You notice that I have a number of links here. You'll be sent this presentation when we're finished, I think, Ms. Wilmot. So you will have these, and I'll tell you about.
Yes, sir. I will send it.
Right. So you'll have this to look at. So you'll be able to look at the links to help you. Okay. All right. So I spoke about that already. So I wanted to show you just just a look at what the editing looks like. All right. So I'm going to show you what my editing looks like. Now, editing at the start, it does take up a bit of time to learn how to use it. But once you learn, it's worth it. So Filmora 9 caught me out because they said, okay, you could do a free one. Now, once you did the free one, you learned how to manipulate the software. They know that you're not gonna go somewhere else and learn how to do that again. So chances are, if you're gonna buy from them. So that's how they catch you out. All right. But you can look around. As I wouldn't describe myself as an expert on that. You can look at the different software that's available and ask around, ask your IT people what's the best one to try. All right, so if you can see this is my Filmora 9 software. Are you seeing that? Mr. Brown, could you confirm that?
It is sharing. It is just sharing. It is sharing now. So
right, so you can see this is my Filmora 9 software. So and in there it stores some of the projects that I've already done, some of my videos that I've already uploaded. So if I want to go on a new project, I go, okay, and I'm gonna share back the screen again. Are you seeing it on screen now?
Inconsistent. They say no.
Okay.
They're not.
Okay. All right. So. All right. So let me try to bring it up. All right. Let me try to bring it up here. All right. So there you go. All right. So everybody seeing it? So this is inside. Mr. Brown, are you seeing it?
Yes, yes.
All right. So this is inside my video editing software, Filmora 9. So if I want to edit something, I come here, all right, and I can just simply drag and drop something that I want to present inside of there. So say I want to edit this video, I drag and drop it there. All right. Okay. Okay. What are you seeing there now? Did you see the video come in?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good. All right. So there you go. So right now you're looking at my. All right. So you're looking at my video that I've just brought in, and when I want to edit it, all right, there's a panel down here where you do the editing. So I just it tells me that if I want to keep the settings, that I just press keep project settings, and then it goes down here. I just double click, it goes down here, and I can start. I wait a moment and I can start editing after a while. Okay, so I have the media that I drag here. Okay, I can add audio, I can add special effects audio, I can add titles. All right, I have some custom titles that I can add. So I can go this, I can drag this and put a custom title there. And if I go there and run it.
Hello there and welcome to the Cracker. Today we're looking at arithmetic sequence.
All right. So, and then this line here is where I use to edit. So if I want to cut out a piece, I put it here and I click on the scissors there and then I drag it to where I want to cut out. I cut that out. And then highlight the part I want to cut out. I want to cut out here, then go to the bin that, and it's gone. Okay. I have other custom titles that I've made in the past. I save them as custom, so I can just quickly bring them down like that. Okay. All right. And there are other things that you can change. You can put in transitions between when you're changing scenes. All right. You can put in various special effects like that. And a whole heap of things that you can add to make it look interesting and captivating. All right. So most of those things, to be honest with you, I don't know how to use them yet. I know how to use the media, the audio, the titles. Transitions, be careful. Don't put too much transitions. It might just make your thing look it might be distracting. So you have to be careful you add these transitions. All right. And then when you finish, you just press export and it is saved. So I just press export. Okay. Export my video. I'm gonna call this sequences video, and I'm gonna say export, and it's exporting to a folder. All right, and that will take a little bit of time. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to stop sharing, and I'm gonna share again. I'm going back to presentation. All right, so that's video editing. All right, so let's talk about the creation of a channel now. Let me just check the time that we have. We have 2:54, so we have half an hour. Can we actually do this? Create a channel. All right, I'm gonna try and do it. I'm gonna try and do it. Okay, I'm gonna try and do it. So let me go to here. All right. right, so I'm in my school email there. I'm going to sign out. I'm going to sign out of that. I'm going to try and create a channel. All right, so when you're creating a channel, you have to have a Gmail account, right? So I suggest that you start a new Gmail account. Mr. Brown, can you confirm that you're looking at my email signed out here right now?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, good. So you need to create an account. I don't recommend using an account that you have already, especially your school account or your personal account. I recommend starting a new account specifically for your channel. All right. Because you want to have some distance, although it's sometimes a personal thing, you want to have some distance. You want to leave your personal account for your very personal use and for your other business uses like your banking and information that people have about you. You don't want to use your email like that for your YouTube channel, okay? All right, so I'm going to use another account. So I'm going to try and create an account right here. All right, so let's create, since I'm Kim Cracker already, let's try Pep Cracker, I don't know.
1 minute, Mr. Brown. Somebody's saying they're not hearing well. That's Nicola Craig Hill.
All
She's
right.
not hearing very well. I'm not sure what's with the sound.
All right.
Nicola Craig Hill. Mrs. Hill, let us know if you're hearing any better now. Just type in the chat and let us know.
Oh, she's not seeing the screen.
She's not seeing the screen?
No, that's a no. She's all right. This one, yeah, she's all right. She is check.
All right.
It's her audio.
It's her audio. Oops.
I guess we have to just continue because it's going to be recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I am hearing and seeing well. Okay. Mr. Miller, you can continue.
Okay. All right. I'm just, okay. Create an account for myself. Couldn't. Okay. All right. So I'm creating an account for my business. All right. So what did I write there? Okay. So first name. I'm gonna put my name. Backspace. Miller. All right. I'm gonna put. Smasher. Is it there? All right.
I'm wondering if it's.
All right. The time looks iffy, Mr. Brown. It's going to be close, but I'll try. All right. So, phone number, recovery email, optional, no. Month. Let's put in this thing. What's this thing here? I didn't get all this nonsense before, man. When this thing come up on me.
Can you want me to give you an email account?
No, no, I didn't. All right. No, all right. Let me just. I'll tell you what. I'll just use the account that I have already. I'm gonna use an account that I have already.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So I'm gonna use an account that I have already. All right. So I'm gonna sign in. Okay. All right. So I'm signed in now. Okay. And there's my account there. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Okay. Now this, I have another channel there already. Okay. So I'm gonna click on my picture there. So I'm gonna sign in. You see, I'm already signed in. I'm gonna click on. I'm gonna try it from the other way. Okay. Scroll down. This is my channel. And that's what I did. That's why I didn't want to do my own channel, because then it switches me to something different. If I was coming in,
My new channel.
right, it would differ different. But let me just stop share and go back to the slide. All right. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this guy who is.
In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to create a YouTube channel step by step, including the key optimization settings that most people miss that will help you.
Okay.
I just started. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna go here. All right. What are you seeing there now?
It's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you amplify.
Are you hearing that video?
Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna
your business and brand with video. If you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button, and all the links to everything we mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. So let's jump into it. Now, YouTube has become the second most popular search engine in the world. So it's no wonder that more and more people want to get on the platform and to learn how to make a YouTube channel of their own. So with the right process and a little optimization of some key channel settings, you can quickly set yourself up and your new channel up for success, ready to maximize your views, your subscribers, and your traffic on YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to step you through how to create a new YouTube channel along with all the key settings that you need to maximize your results. Now, I really want to make sure that you're paying attention here, because as we go through this, I'm going to be covering off the top tips that we've learned to really help you optimize your channel and your content so that YouTube wants to promote it. Now, I also want to let you know that what we've built out in the description below this video is essentially a resource or a toolkit for helping you set up your channel, including videos, including all of the resources, the gear, the software, the tools, the stuff that we use and that we recommend, but also direct links to tutorials that are going to help you dive deeper in some of the things that we are covering relatively fast in this video. Things like your branding and thumbnails and channel art, all of those we have dedicated walkthrough tutorials on those specific elements if you do want to dive deeper on them, and they're all linked in the description below. So the first thing you need to do is to head over to youtube.com and click sign in the top right hand corner, and you're prompted to log in. So if you've already got a Google account or a Gmail email address, this is where you will log in with that if you want to associate that with your YouTube account. If you don't have one yet, then you can just click create account down here and create one. Now, before we go any further in this tutorial, there are two types of channels that you need to be aware of. The first is a personal channel, and that is linked to your personal Google or your personal Gmail Gmail account, and only you can access, or only people who are logging into that exact account with that username and password are able to manage that YouTube channel. The other thing to note with a personal channel is that the YouTube channel name is going to be restricted to your account name, which in most cases is going to be your own name. But the second option you have is to create your YouTube channel instead of as a personal channel, as a brand channel. Now this is going to give you access to things like a custom channel name, so it doesn't need to just be your personal name. And you can also assign other people or other Google accounts as channel managers on your channel. So you don't need to be giving out your personal Google account login details to anyone that you want to have help out with your channel. You can actually just grant them access with their login details to access your channel. So you'll need to select either a personal channel or a brand channel, but do note that you can switch from a personal channel to a brand channel at a later date if you'd like to change later, or if you've maybe already set up as a personal, you can convert it over to a brand channel later. But what I would recommend and what we use is a brand channel so that we can have multiple people managing the channel. So once you've signed into YouTube using your Google account, you can come up to the top right-hand corner to your little profile picture. And if you don't have a channel yet, this is your first time logging in, you can click here to create a channel. Now, if you already have an existing channel, when you click on this, you'll be able to access your channel, but maybe you want to create a brand new brand channel. So that's where you'll have to come down here to settings, then go over to add or manage your channels. And in here it will show all the channels that you already have access to. You can create a new channel just by hitting the plus button in the top left-hand corner. So going back over to our new channel setup, this is where it's asking us if we want to create a personal channel using our name, or if we want to use a custom name, which is creating a brand channel. So I'm going to select brand channel. Now this is where you get to decide your YouTube channel name. Now it could be that you're still opting to use your personal name, and if you're not going to go with your name, I would suggest to try to keep it on topic or somehow related to the content that you are going to be adding to your channel. But do note that it is possible to change your channel name after you have set it, so it's not so much of a big deal. Now we have got a video specifically on this topic, selecting your channel name, talking you through a couple of different processes and a couple of different things that you can do to help you land on the perfect channel for you. So again, that's going to be in the resources below this video, and I'll also link it up in the cards now too. Let's call this super awesome channel. I understand I am creating a new Google account with its own settings. So if we go create, it'll go through and do its thing. And then we get presented with this. Nice work. Your channel, super awesome channel, has been created. It's giving us the...
Now, at this point right here, you've actually created a channel. All right, but you have to do some enhancement in order to access certain things. All right, so although you've actually created the channel here, you can't really stop there if you want to be able to do certain things like stream on YouTube and so forth. Okay, are you hearing Mr. Brown?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay, good. So I'm going to continue the video because although you've created the channel there, it's not really ready yet.
Next step here, which is to upload a profile picture. So we'll just go upload picture. I'm going to navigate through and find a picture. I'll put this one here in. Once you've got your profile picture in, you can come down and they're asking you now to tell your viewers about your channel. So this is your YouTube channel description. So what you want to add into this section here is a few sentences or a short, sharp paragraph, including who you are, what your channel is about, and what viewers can expect on your channel. What's the type of content that you're putting out? And now a pro tip here is that you can actually optimize this.
Right. The channel description is something that you really want to spend some time on. Think about how you're going to describe your channel because it does help people to reach the content that you're delivering. So make sure that those two things match. All right, so think carefully about what you want, how you want to describe your channel.
Up to help your channel rank by adding in some keywords and some key phrases around the content that you're going to cover here. So it's important to add some of those keywords and key tags into the channel description here, also into the channel tags, which we're going to get to soon, and also inside the videos themselves. That is going to give you the best chance of getting your videos and your channel ranking on YouTube faster. Now make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you our YouTube ranking guide to help you do this for your videos and for your channel. So here's our channel and our channel description to give you an idea of the types of things that you can put in there. We've got a bit of an intro, welcome to Primal Video, introducing myself and Mike and what we do. We're talking about the types of videos that we're putting out on this channel. We ask people to subscribe if they think that's a fit for them. And we've also got linked here a resource to one of our video editing guides. But you can see in this description, we've got a few keywords that are related to the content we are creating. So video creation, we've also got video editing tutorials, gear reviews, video production tips and tricks, video marketing tips, YouTube ranking tutorials. So this is stuff that will read well for a human, but also helps YouTube understand what your channel is about as well. So for the sake of the channel that we are creating now, I'm just going to copy and paste this as the description for the new one. Next up, you're going to add links to your sites and to your social media profile. So we'll add in our website here and we can give it a name. We can add in our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then we hit save and continue. Okay, when that's complete, the next thing you want to do is to verify your channel. This is going to unlock some extra features and things in here. So you want to come up again to your profile image, come down to settings, down here to channel status and features. You can see these are the different things that you can unlock for your channel. And the first step in unlocking these is verifying your channel. So we hit verify. Next, you want to come through, select your country. You can either do it then with an automated voice message, or you can get a text message sent to your phone. And then enter the verification code. And your channel is now verified. So it doesn't take much to verify your channel, and you can see straight away we have access now for custom thumbnails, external annotations, and we can upload longer videos, and we can also upload videos as unlisted and as private. So once that's done, you want to go through and set up your actual channel. So if we go up here to return to YouTube Studio, we'll then go to our actual channel. So we'll come up here to view your channel on YouTube and over to customize channel. And this is where we can add in our channel art or our branding to make this look and feel like our brand. Now we have a full walkthrough on creating your YouTube banner, including some really advanced tips and techniques in there as well. Again, it's linked below in the description in that resources area, and I'll throw a link up in the cards as well. But for this one here, I'm just going to go add channel art. You get to either upload a photo, use any photos that are already uploaded on your Google account, or there's some in the gallery here from YouTube that you can use. So let's just pick this one here.
Yeah, I was I was trying to say, you notice that he uses hooks in his videos, rather like what the soap opera people do. They promise you something that's coming later to keep the viewers interested and waiting to watch all the video. Okay, that's a very good technique that everybody can use in your teaching.
Now you can adjust the crop. You can see that this does look totally different on desktop to TV to mobile. So if you want to adjust the crop and zoom in or crop something out, you can do that in here as well. Maybe position it up a bit. Cool. Then hit select. So that's how you can upload your YouTube channel art. So now if we go over to the About page here, again, you obviously see our description in here. If we needed to make any changes to it, we can edit that here. But there's some other details that we can add in down here as well. So for business inquiries, we could add in an email address and go done. So that makes it easy for people to find an email address to contact us. If you want to add a location for your channel, you can do that in here as well. So from here, you want to go back to the YouTube Studio dashboard, down to the bottom to settings, and then down under channel. And in here, there's more settings to customize up your channel first. So we're going to go first is over to this one here, branding. This is a little branding watermark that you can add to your videos. It also acts as a subscribe button. So you could just use your profile picture, or you could make some little small subscribe button. So for us, I'm just going to choose image. Let's go to the desktop. I have a little YouTube watermark subscribe button here, which looks just like this. So something really basic. And then you get to choose where you want this displayed. So whether it's on screen the entire time, whether it starts at 5 seconds in, or whether it's...
By the way, that little YouTube watermark, you can find it on the internet, right? You can just search for it. So you don't have to worry about where you're going to get that.
only shown at the end of the video. So I want to leave it here that it starts about 5 seconds in, because that's going to be after any ads or anything is shown at the bottom of our video. Then across to advanced settings, this is something that you will need to specify whether your channel is aimed at kids content or whether you're creating content that is made for kids or not. So you will need to specify that yes, this channel is made for kids, it's going to have kids content on it, or no, this channel is not made for kids. Now do note that you also have a third option here that I want to review this setting for every video, so you can manually set this on a per.
Now, you have to be careful here because the classification of kids, you have to click on that. When you go for this, it says what's content made for kids. So click on that and get the details. All right, before you do that. Personally, I set it at no. Set this channel is not made for kids, and then I go at the specifics and then say do not stop kids from watching this channel. Because when you set it on kids, there are some other things that they require that you might find constricting or restricting.
Video basis as well. So I'm going to go with no, this channel is not made for kids with this one. If you do have a Google Ads account, you can link it down here by just hitting link. And if we come back across to basic info here, this is where we're able to add in some keywords or some key tags associated with our channel to again show YouTube what our channel and our content is about, to give it everything it needs to best show our channel and our videos up in search results and on the YouTube platform. So it could be that you're starting off with some obvious ones here. Justin Brown, Primal Video. I'm just pressing the comma, then it applies it as a tag. It could be video marketing, it could be YouTube for business, video editing, filming on iPhone, filming on Android. You get the point. What are the things that people could search for to potentially find your channel? And again, this is where our YouTube ranking guide that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video is going to help you find out what these terms are that your ideal subscribers are searching for, that you can associate with your channel as well, where the content is related. So you want to go ahead and add a few of those in. Now only add them in if they are relevant to your channel. Don't just add spam ones in or ones that are maybe a hot topic right now. You really just want to add in the ones that are relevant to your channel. So below that, you've got upload defaults. Now this is where you can start to streamline your upload process. So every time you upload a video, these could be the default values that are added to each one of your videos. So for the most part, I would say that you leave the title and the description empty because they are going to relate to each video, but maybe you're setting things like every video when you upload it to go as private first while you get it set up, and then you release it at your own time. Likewise with tags, if there's some tags that are going to apply to every one of your videos, like in our case, it could be something like Primal Video or Justin Brown, we can add those in here and they are going to show up automatically when we upload every video. And there's more upload defaults under advanced settings here around licensing and allowing comments and those sorts of things that you can lock down as well. So those are the main settings in there that you'll want to go through. So we'll just hit save to back out of that. So now that your channel is pretty close to being set up, we can now go through and add in any managers or any other accounts that we would like to have as managers on our channel. So to do that, come back up to your profile picture, head to YouTube just to take you back to the YouTube dashboard. And then when we click on the profile picture, you're going to get more options in here. So if we then come down to settings, and then you can add and remove managers down here under channel managers, just click on here and you can assign people to be managers on your channel. Now while we're on this page, I will also show you the view advanced settings in here. So in here, this is where it gives you your user ID, your channel ID, in case you need those to link up things like TubeBuddy or other YouTube channel management tools, which we use and strongly recommend. And the other thing that's on this page is this is where you come to set your custom URL once your channel has been approved for it. So this is where you can have youtube.com/primal video as the link that you give people, instead of having your link a bunch of random numbers and letters. Now there are requirements for this. If we click on this now, it'll tell us in here that in order to have a custom URL, your channel will need to have 100 subscribers or more, be at least 30 days old, have an uploaded photo as a channel icon, and have uploaded channel art. So once you've reached those things, that is where you can go back and add that as well. So if we go back to our channel page now, this channel is now set up and ready to go for you to start uploading content. Obviously, all you need to do then is film some videos and come up here and hit upload video, and you're good to go.
There you go.
Yes.
Right, so so that's the process there. Now it's a lot actually. You can see how much he went through very quickly there. Are you hearing me? My screen is kind of flashing. Are you hearing me?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can see how many things are involved there. It does take a little bit of time. I was trying to show you like the first part of it, but I was making an error there, so it wasn't what. So but that video there is embedded here in the presentation, so you can just click on it. Now that guy there is Dustin Brown, and his channel is Primal Videos, and all I've learned on YouTube, I've learned from them. So they have, you go on YouTube, if you want to know how to start a YouTube channel and the things to consider, just go on YouTube and ask any question you want. And somebody will come up with a video, you'll find a video that suits you. So everything that's involved in YouTube, right? Somebody has done a video on it. And several people have done videos on the same thing, all right? So just get on there and just type in your question, all right? Just type in the question. Okay, so once you get there, it's once you create the channel, it's easy to upload the video actually. And he just showed you when you just go and sign into YouTube and you click on that video cam sign, and it will tell you to create new video or to go live stream, and you just click and upload the channel. And again, we have you can on this, you have links that tell you exactly how to do that. And Mr. Brown and many others tell you exactly how to upload your videos with all this, the simple way and the technical things involved. So all you have to do is just get on there and get going. So a couple of things just to wrap up. Issues that you need to think about, copyright issues. So for us as teachers, we have to be very careful how we use things like past papers and people's books, all right? So we have to make sure that we know about